Welcome to Anita's C3D Art. I am Anita and this is part 2 of the cherry tomato bowl tutorial. In the previous tutorial, we made a beautiful ceramic bowl. If it's your first time watching my tutorial, feel free to visit my channel for part 1. We are creating the bowl of cherry tomatoes using rigid body. Press H to hide the bowl and let's make some cherry tomatoes. Add a UV sphere. Reduce the number of segments and ring to lower the number of vertices. Add subdivision surface modifier to make it into a sphere. Right-click and choose Shade Smooth. Scale it if you want the tomato fatter. For the tomato calyx, add a circle and reduce the vertices to 5. Then move up above the UV sphere. Press S to scale it down. Go to Edit mode. Select all the vertices and press F to fill. Press I to insert a new face. Then select one vertex at a time and press V to separate. You can choose to separate a few vertices at a time, but it wouldn't work if you select 2 or more vertices next to each other. In the Object mode, add the Solidify and Subdivision Surface modifier. Then return to Edit mode. Select the 5 outer edges, then choose Individual Origins. Reduce the scale to form a star shape. Press E to extrude. Select the medium point and scale up. Finally, choose again the Individual Origins and reduce the scale. Select the middle edge of each star point. Press G and Z to move down to create the curve of the sepal. Select the middle face. Press I to insert a new face. Then press G and Z to move down a little bit and extrude to create the pattern cone. You can reduce the scale to create a pointy shape or leave as it is. Adjust the thickness in the Solidify modifier and scale the colors to the size you want. Go to Shading to give the cherry tomato some color. Then come back to the layout. Apply the Solidify modifier. Select all the mesh and press Ctrl J to join them together. Unhide the bowl by pressing Alt H. Scale the tomato and duplicate them to the number you want. You could also choose Array modifier to duplicate the tomatoes. After that, move the tomatoes to a random position. Rotate the tomatoes so that the calyx is facing different direction. It will give a natural look when all tomatoes fall into the bowl and all cherry tomatoes are set. Choose one tomato, go to Physics Properties and select Rigid Body. Select Active. Then in the Collision section, select Sphere. Select the bowl and select again the rigid body. This time, choose Passive for the bowl, as it is the container holding the active tomatoes. Then in the Collision section, choose Mesh. Then select the rest of the cherry tomatoes. Make sure the active selection, which is the one in yellow, is set with rigid body physics. Go to Object, Rigid Body, and select Copy from Active. Now all the cherry tomatoes are sharing the same physics properties. Let's press space and play to see. As you can see, there is a tomato falling out of the bowl. You can adjust the tomato's position and try again. But there are many uncertainties and more tomatoes may fall out. We need to create a funnel to ensure all tomatoes are falling into the bowl. Create a cylinder and move up above the bowl. Press S and Shift Z to scale the radius of the funnel a little bit smaller than the radius of the bowl. Delete the top and bottom faces. Finally, press Alt and left click to select the top circle edges and increase the scale. Back to Object mode. Select Rigid Body in Physics Properties. Make it into Passive and select Mesh in the Collision section, which is the same as the ceramic bowl as we want the tomatoes to follow the funnel and roll down to the bowl. Change the visibility to wired so that we could see the tomatoes clearly. Then press space to play again. You will need to adjust the tomato's position and sometimes resize the shape of the funnel to get your desired cherry tomato bowl. Once you're satisfied with the form of tomatoes, select the whole cherry tomato bowl. Go to Object, Rigid Body and select Apply Transformation. Then you can delete the funnel and use it as props for your projects. Thank you for watching this tutorial. The cherry tomato bowl tutorial is all complete. We are going to bake pancakes with some berries on the side by using soft body and fluid in the next tutorial. If you follow this tutorial, feel free to share your creations and tag me on Instagram. Subscribe my channel for more tutorials. Bye for now!